Why do these three words make such a difference to your take-home profits? First of all, let's talk about which three words they might be. Any ideas? What do you think is actually going to make a difference? Well, I want to give them to you. Let's just start off with them and say, hey, here are these three interesting words. You've heard them before. I've heard them before. But they are marketing, sales, and advertising. Marketing, sales, and advertising. How could these three words make such a difference? Well, what I want you to consider is that these words are commonly interchanged and used without clear definition, leading to confusion, leading to difficulties in the execution of the selling process in your business. This means that it takes a long time to get sales funnels up. It takes a long time to generate ads. And when you do, they don't match up. They do not match up. And so a customer or a prospect coming through, they see the ad and then the next page doesn't line up. Got my dog here. A little excited. Are you excited about this topic, hey? You excited about this topic? Oh, it's a blue heeler. A little bit excited. Why is this happening? Why is it so difficult to get funnels up quickly, to get ads that match those funnels? And I want to suggest that it's because of the definitions of these words. When you think of marketing, what do you think of? Take a moment. What's your definition of marketing? When you think of sales, what do you think of for that term? What is your definition for sales? A little easier perhaps than marketing. And advertising. When you think of advertising, what do you think of? What's your definition of advertising? You see, it is extremely common for these words to be mixed up and used in ways that are confusing for you as the entrepreneur and business owner, but also for your teams. Perhaps you just have two categories. You just have sales and marketing. And the marketing guys do the ads and the sales guys are separate from them. And it's like, oh, wow, now we're beginning to see why there's a disconnection between people coming through their first touches, their retargeting ads, but then their sales experience is something else. And like, hang on, what is this? I didn't sign up for this. And so they leave and they're like, their alert is up. Their guard is up. It's a much harder sale than if everything fits together. So let's talk about this. What is sales? Let's start there. Why? Because at the end of the sales process, something important happens. What is that? Well, you get paid. Sure, you haven't fulfilled yet on the promise that you made, but there is an exchange of cash or money or something else, maybe it's Bitcoin, but something changed hands, and in that they said, the prospect said, yes, I want that. I want what you are offering. And they gave you money, and then you gave them what they wanted. This may be in the moment, at a supermarket, at a department store. They take the item, they put it through the cash register, they give you the money. You give them the product as they walk out the door, happy days. But this also might be extended periods. It might be a 12-month coaching program. It might be a 3-month experience where a product is generated. But nonetheless, at the end of that sales process, something happens, and that is the money changes. So it's worth looking there. And that sales idea, the idea of sales is, well, how do you get someone to buy? How do you get them to say, hey, I see that I have a problem. I see that I want something. I see that there is a desire. And they go through your experience of whether that's a conversation with them on the phone, on Zoom, whether that's a recorded video message. However they go through that journey, they make a journey. At the end, they say, yes, I want to buy. They put in their credit card details, they give you cash, and they buy. Relatively simple. Relatively simple. You're like, hey, what could go wrong here? Well, let's move to our second idea, advertising. Advertising. What an interesting term. For years, I thought advertising meant paid ads. Paid ads was advertising. It made sense, of course. You pay for the ad to appear online, or you pay for the ad to appear in the newspaper, and that is advertising. What I missed in that definition is that is not what advertising is. That is only a part of advertising. You see, advertising to me is any way that you get people to come into your sales funnel. And that could be paid ads, but it could be other things as well. It could be an email where they had opted in for something and then you get to email them again. That is advertising. Perhaps they found your website and there was a piece of content there and there was a link and they clicked in. That is advertising. Search engine optimization is advertising. Email marketing is advertising. And notice what I just said. Email marketing. Email marketing, not email advertising. And this is where we start to see these words being difficult. Email marketing really should be called email advertising. And the same with another idea that you have no doubt heard of called content marketing. Is it really content marketing? No, it is content advertising. Content advertising, where someone sees that article and it's like, yes, I recognize that problem. I want to be at least introduced to what you've got to say. And therefore, I'm going to click through and go, yep, I want that. I want to enter into the first part of the journey of that sales process. And they go through and hopefully through a series of yeses. Yes, I'm interested. Yes, I want this. Yes, I'm buying. They purchase. But now we have two examples, email marketing, content marketing, where they are not marketing at all. These are advertising. And then we come to that final word. And perhaps this is the most critical, most difficult, most confusing word. I want to help you out with that word. That word, of course, is marketing. Marketing, so simple. Such a simple word. How could it cause so many problems? Well, we've already seen why. Because commonly advertising and marketing are confused. And the interesting thing is when you confuse them, then it is highly likely that you do not do marketing at all. That the marketing work doesn't get done and you head in to building your sales process, you head into building your advertising without having done your marketing, and now you struggle. Why? Because you're having to do all of the work that should have been done in marketing as part of those other experiences, sales and advertising. Can it be done? It can. It can. But it is highly likely, particularly if you have multiple people working on the experience, that there will be errors, there will be confusion, there will be slowness, there will be difficulties because the marketing's not done. So what is marketing? Marketing appears in your sales funnels, your sales processes. Marketing appears in your advertising, and it underpins both of them because it is the information that defines how they will both be created. Marketing comes down to three critical pieces. It's working out who your customer is, your ideal customer is. That's the first piece. Who do you want to work with? Who are your favorite clients? Who are your favorite customers? Would you like more of them? Great. Write it down. You've just entered the marketing work by defining who you want to work with. Next up, you need to know what problems that person has. They may have a large number of problems. In fact, it is almost inevitable. in our current society that they have a large number of problems. Do you want to solve them all? Probably not. Perhaps there is a specific person with a specific problem that you want to solve, that your business solves, that your product solves, that your services solve. And now you've entered into the second piece of marketing, the what. The what problem are we solving? And then finally, you see, this is the craziest thing. There is literally just 3 pieces to marketing. And when you get them, you're like, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, okay, great. What's that third piece? Well, guess what? We know who we want to serve. We know what their problem is. Now we need to know how we are going to do that. And that is commonly known as an offer. You know who you want to serve, you know what their problem is, and how you are going to solve it. You package that up in an offer, and then that entire marketing can now go to the sales funnel. All of those definitions that you created in the work of marketing now get applied into your sales experience, your sales process, your opt-in page, your videos, your conversations, whatever's in that sales experience is built from that foundation of marketing. And the same with your advertising. Over here in your advertising, guess what? All of the words, the images, who you're speaking to, how you create your ads comes from your marketing. And now you have a consistent experience from ad to opt-in to sales process to sale, and that ends up with money in your bank account, fast deployment of the entire experience, and happy team, and hopefully, in your case, a very happy business owner. I hope you got a lot of value out of today's session. These definitions are critical and they are commonly confused. Email marketing? No, it is email advertising. Content marketing? No, it is content advertising. And marketing comes down to just those 3 relatively simple but wonderfully complex if you choose to make them. You can go into great detail about all 3 of those, or you can just get them done and deploy whatever you require for your particular business at this point in time. But those 3 questions: who do you want to serve? What problem do you want to solve? And 3, how are you going to solve it? All right, that's all I got for you today. I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks so much for tuning into today's episode. Look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episodes. We continue this powerful journey into the power of systems to create results. I'll see you then.